This is Texans TV.
Texans 360 is presented by BMW, the official luxury car of the Houston Texans. By TDECU, the official credit union of the Houston Texans. And by Caesars Rewards, for every way you play.
We are ready to rock in Houston. Rock and roll.
Another day, another dollar.
Touchdown, Texans! He's in. Rock and roll.
That's when you think you've seen it all. There's always something else.
Let's go. They go home.
Welcome into Texans 360. We're back, just like the Texans. They're back at home after a 2-game road stretch. They're taking on the Chargers. And this show, we got a former Charger on it as well, Scott Quessenberry. We've also got Roy Lopez. We've got head coach Lovie Smith talking about the game. But first, we've got second-round pick John Metchie. He's not playing for the Texans this year. He was diagnosed with leukemia before the start of camp, but he made a visit back to the stadium with some new friends. Take a look.
I would say that it's a unique experience.
Metchie's in. Alabama wins.
The Houston Texans select John Metchie.
Keep a strong faith and win day by day, brick by brick. And honestly, that it's a blessing to be a blessing. I think keeping that in the back of your mind is always a great thing and a great way to keep your spirits up and keep you going. Just knowing that no matter what situation you're in, how down you are or up you are, that it's always a blessing to be able to be a blessing to somebody else. It would probably be the biggest thing. Everything felt great. Everything was on track after the draft. OTAs, recovering. I was coming off an injury, training. OTAs, being out here with the team, getting ready to come back. And I think it all kind of started post-OTAs, right? When OTAs were done and everybody was off. And that's kind of when I started feeling more fatigue, sick, headaches and stuff. Migraines, and I knew I wasn't feeling well, but I kept working out for a couple of weeks because as an athlete and as a football player, we're so used to kind of toughing through a lot of things. Like a little headache, it's not going to stop you from working out or practicing or anything like that. Feeling a little more fatigue is not going to stop you from running or anything like that. So that was my biggest hurdle, kind of getting to the point where I was like, damn, I really don't feel well. I really kind of got to go to the hospital.
The Texans rookie and second-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, saying in a statement that he was diagnosed with the most curable form of leukemia.
The only thing I could really think about was just my family, for real. My mom, my brothers, and everything like that. I knew at the moment God had a plan for me and I was going to be all right. I wasn't really worried about it. It was just how my family would take it. Just being diagnosed, being told that, and having to share the news with your family and stuff is something that's kind of a little bit tougher. Attacking treatment wasn't really that hard for me. Really, I was told what I had, and instantly in my mind it kind of switched. It was getting ready to play football, and I was getting ready to kind of deal with this and win this battle. How you doing?
Yay.
Good to see you.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Nana, how you doing? What up, man? You good?
Yeah.
How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. You too. Appreciate y'all for coming.
He looks good.
Thank you. Yeah. I've been back working out and stuff. Appreciate y'all. Thank you guys. Thank you. Y'all ready to head in?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go on a little facility tour. Thank you. Inpatient was a journey.
Yeah, but I'm glad that it's doing much better.
Yeah, and I'm feeling better. I'm getting back to my regular schedule and everything like that.
Yeah.
Coming in here, training, working out and stuff. So thank you so much. There's countless things a person would struggle with in the hospital and that I struggled with, honestly, and that it's tough to explain to people that hadn't specifically been in that situation, right? Faith and family was really the things that got me through it. My loving family of my mom, my brothers, my closest friends, and really the people at the hospital, my nurses and stuff, the people I met there, the patients, all those people in that community kind of got me through it. So this is how we come. We come out the stadium, and then we usually like go warm up. It depends. Like sometimes, so when there's a team, I don't know because I've yet to play, but they'll like split it up in half. And half, like I think our team will warm up on this half. Their team will warm up on that half and stuff. Every game I was going and stand in the middle and see like
How big it is?
Yeah, to kind of just take in because every stadium's a little bit different.
I met him in this little area on the second floor of the hospital, and he came in and just started looking around. And I kind of noticed him, and I asked him, I was like, hey, do you play football? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, are you John Metchie? And he's like, yeah. So I kind of like drew him a picture and put my phone number on it, and I said, hey, if you just want to talk or need somebody to talk to, just call me.
She had told me that she had met him, and I said, wait a second, let's start over. And I made her start over the story like a million times. And I said, okay, well, when he comes up here, tell me.
You know, we need to get you one of them electric ones. You're gonna be sliding. Sliding. We became friends instantly. Day to day at the hospital, we would meet up, play cards, or just hang out and chill, really. Those relationships were really cool because hanging out with them and hearing their perspective and just spending time with them gave more to me than really I could give to them. And Kay is such a bright person, which is amazing because she's gone through so many tough things, but she still manages to be the happiest person in the room.
He's a great, fantastic athlete, and I think he was just so down to earth. And he was willing to talk about his struggles, but he's also willing to talk about his life. It was cool, like after however long we talked, that he was like, if you ever need anything, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be the one to tell you if you need anything. Like, if you have any questions about your chemo or, you know, any of your treatment, I can answer those questions.
We have like a bunch of bags and stuff. They go in sizes, small, medium, and large. So kind of just, you could head over and just grab whatever size is yours and stuff like that. And then I'm sure they have all the sizes, so.
He seems very hardworking. Even throughout his stay in the hospital, he still wanted to work out. He wanted to figure out ways that he could do better.
He accepted it. He knows this is something he has to go through. And what he said to me, he says, I'm gonna come out with this stronger than ever. And I couldn't agree anymore.
Oh, thank you,
Of course, of course, of course. In the hospital, we're all there together. Patients and nurses and just everybody that works there, we're all kind of in that same grind together. They helped me adjust, they helped make me comfortable, they helped take care of me. So it was cool to really be able to bring it to my field and show them what I do. Hit it, of course. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What's happening?
Getting this wall sign.
How it feel up at the podium? Feel like a natural?
I
Feel like you should be up there, right? Yeah, you should be up there. I feel like when anybody is faced with a situation where they face their own morality, in a sense, you learn so much and your perspective changes so much just because of the experience you've had and what you're going through. And for the better, of course. Now I can connect with a whole new community that is my community and foundation because of what we've all gone through collectively. It was great to see everybody again. Hopefully I see you guys soon. If y'all do a little Christmas thing, you know, invite your boy. But thank you guys for coming and supporting. It was great. Just thank you so much. Thank you. You always dealt a card, and life always deals you a card, and it's all about how you respond to it and how you face it and how you look at it, your perspective on what you're dealing with, because somebody always has it worse and somebody always has it better. At the end of the day, that's life, really, and that's how life's going to continue to go, and it's all about just your perspective and what you do with your opportunities.
It's great to see John Metchie back in the building. Can't wait to see him back out on the field as well. Wishing him all the best. And our very own Drew Doherty, he's changed up Drew's dozen. He was playing Jenga last week with Jalen Petrie. How well does Roy Lopez play Jenga? Well, they got to know each other a little bit better. Roy Lopez in his second season, his first in playing Jenga.
It's Jenga time, and I've got Roy Lopez, who claims to be elite at it, but I'm no sucker MC either. So since you're elite, I'll let you go first. And the rules of the game are you can't start from the top three, and you can only use one hand. So
gotcha.
You're ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. Going with a middle block.
I can't lose on the first block.
Feeling pressure there, Roy?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And of course, when you pull the block out, you got to ask a question. So the first question is, what other sport would you be a pro in?
You answer or I'm gonna answer?
No, you're in.
What other sport could you be a pro at? I like to think boxing.
Oh.
I think the fan base there would be pretty nuts too. So definitely boxing or UFC or something.
Do you have any boxing? I know you're a great wrestler. I mean, you were a state champion wrestler back home in Arizona, but do you have some boxing in the background?
Not too much, just here and there for fun and training. I got to train with Malik Collins this offseason. He's got a boxing gym, so have fun, mess around. But I'm just thinking,
what?
Fan base wise.
No, that's cool, but Malik Collins has a boxing gym?
Yes, he does.
Oh my God, all right. Well, Malik, you're on notice. We're coming to talk to you about this because this is fascinating. All right.
That's a good one. Oh, now it's gonna be on one leg. What is your spirit animal?
What's your spirit animal, Roy?
I'm a chill guy. outside of this building. So
it's like a koala?
Right. That's what I was thinking, but that seemed a little soft. But, you know, they don't really have like a hard side to them. I'm thinking,
I don't associate you with koala, for the record.
right, like a lion. You know, whenever you go see a lion at the zoo,
They're sleeping.
They're in the shade, or like a gorilla. You know, you see them, they're always in the shade, sleeping, just knocked out. You know, so. But when it's time to eat, you know, they're gonna come out.
They're not sleeping then, man. That's for sure.
But, okay.
What would your walk-up song be if you were a baseball player?
There's a Vicente Fernandez song called El Rey. Trumpets on it. And I try to convince the team here, like,
El Rey, the king.
Run it, you know, so have you seen the walkout song for the Mets guy?
Yeah.
Trumpets also, so.
Did you see when the guy that actually, when he came in, played it? Yeah, that was awesome.
And I was watching that game for some reason too. You know, we
just caught it.
And it was pretty cool. So
that is awesome.
I would like that.
Marketing team. He's asking.
Yep.
Who has the best hair on the team?
It's not even close.
Yeah,
it's not even close.
You were the winner last week with that question.
100%.
Okay.
Wow.
Favorite nickname?
Growing up, my nickname was Champ, and they still call me Champ. My family calls me Champ. So, assuming it came from wrestling, you know, I'd win tournaments and they'd call me Champ. Champ and Tank were my nicknames growing up. Ooh.
Who do you think had the highest SAT or ACT score on the team back getting into college?
Thomas Booker.
I could see that. He's a Stanford guy. He's a smart guy. Yeah.
If you guys haven't talked to Thomas Booker, you should try.
Feel smarter talking to Thomas Booker?
No.
You don't feel smarter talking to Thomas Booker?
No. So
All right.
if you haven't, you should try. And if you haven't had him yet to talk, get him on there so you guys can understand what.
We've not done Jenga, but we've done a Drew's Dozen. He's got some interesting things. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I say Thomas Booker. That's the only one, ain't it?
You got it. Easy peasy.
Do you go slow or do you go fast?
Yeah, I think you probably got to go slow.
What is your zodiac sign? Is it Leo, zodiac sign? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Leo.
You got like a late July, August birthday, huh?
Early August.
What is it?
August 7th.
August 4th. Leo friend?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We're neighbors.
We're neighbors, we're Leos, we're excellent at Jenga.
It's my celebratory.
You win. Jenga with you, man.
Thank
Good
you.
times, Roy. He's the champ. He's elite.
Head coach Lovie Smith meets with Texans Radio. That's next on Texans 360. We're back with more Texans 360, and the Texans, they've had some close games throughout the first 3 weeks. Head coach Lovie Smith talks about finishing these games. The Texans would like to finish a game and get a win, their first one of the season. But even throughout these last 3 weeks, there have been some bright spots, notably some of these rookies like Jalen Petrie. Got his first 2 interceptions, got a sack last week at Chicago. Our very own head coach Lovie Smith met with Texans Radio to talk a little bit more about this Texans team.
Right now in the Hyundai Texans radio studio, it's head coach Lovie Smith. Coach, great to see you. I know that it's not going as well as you wanted to in the fourth quarter, but you're right there at the end of these games. What's it going to take to get over the hump? I know it's a little bit different every game, but can you put your finger on it?
No, well, some of the things that are kind of obvious is that we're close, and that's what you want to be first. I mean, there's a lot of football left to go in the season, and each week we're learning something. But it seemed like we're getting closer and closer, you know, an overtime game. But the focus first has to be on doing more before we get to the end of the game. And that's what we're seeing.
Being able to dress 48, being able to have these practice squad elevations like Jordan Akins, That's got to really be a help as a coach. I mean, I know it helps everybody, but it gives you some flexibility.
It does. It makes our game better too. And every team kind of has gone through some. You go through injuries, different things where you need some guys. Normally about a quarter into the season, some of the injuries. A lot of guys don't play in the preseason. A lot of injuries come. This is kind of period of time when you need them, and then you need to see guys that that have been on the practice squad that get a chance to be elevated and play well, like Jordan did, of course.
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck this week.
Anytime at all.
We're back in the Ford studio with more of Texans 360. I get a chance to sit down with a player every single week. This week, I sat down with a former Charger who is now with the Texans. He is starting at center, Scott Quessenberry. We got to know his brothers Paul and David when they were here, and then we got to know the youngest of the Quessenberry brothers.
It's the Deep Slant 101 presented by Xfinity. Joining me this week, Scotty Quessenberry. Scott Quessenberry. I feel like you're Scotty since I've met your entire family. Starting offensive line 2 weeks in a row, and here you are starting for the Texans. How does year 5 feel for you so far?
Good. Definitely a little different. Wasn't what, we kind of anticipated going in, but, we're making it work, and we're getting better every week.
All right, so you grow up in L.A., you went to UCLA, you play for the Chargers, then you moved to Texas. What's Texas been like?
I love Texas. The food's been awesome.
Yeah.
The food in Houston's great. The people in Houston are great. I've enjoyed my time here. The weather has definitely been an adjustment. It's definitely hot.
Not California down here.
No,
not
it's
yet.
not. But it felt nice out there today at practice. So,
yeah.
But for the most part, all in all, 2 thumbs up for H-Town.
2 thumbs up. Well, we know your brothers really well. David, I covered him when he was a rookie. Then Paul was here last year. So it only is fitting that we've got you here. And so since we know, and the fans know the 3 brothers as well, I had a few questions just to get to know the 3 of you better collectively.
All right.
Okay. First of all, you're the youngest, right?
Correct.
The 3? Okay. So out of the 3 of you, David, Paul, and yourself included, who is the funniest?
Me.
Really? Are you
yeah.
just saying that because you're biased?
No, it's me, for
It's
sure.
you. Okay. Who's the most competitive?
Me.
I can see which way this is going. All right. Who's the mama's boy?
Me.
Really? Is it because you're the youngest?
Well, when I was young, me. Not as much me anymore.
Best all-around high school athlete?
Me.
What other sports did you play?
I did football. I did basketball. I set the school record in shot put. Not to toot my own horn, but I did.
You did?
I also did the high jump, which a lot of people don't know.
Okay.
I was okay. I jumped 5'10", which is pretty good.
That's great.
270. So overall, at high school athlete, I'm going to go with me.
All right. Who is the best cook?
Me.
What do you make? What's your signature dish? Lovie's coming over for dinner. What are you making?
Oh, God. I do make a really good, Mediterranean chicken sandwich. So the chicken's marinated, and then, bell peppers, and then I put the goat cheese in the oven and broil it till it's all golden brown with tomatoes. But
Yeah.
that's probably my go-to. We're actually having them tonight.
Scotty, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Coming up, Roy Lopez previews this Chargers-Texans matchup ahead of Week 4. That's next on Texans 360.
Texans 360 is presented by Comcast, by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. And by Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Houston Texans.
Final segment of Texans 360. It's Chargers week, and we had a chance to catch up with our very own Roy Lopez to talk about this Chargers matchup. We all know what happened last year in Week 16. It was Justin Herbert. It was his Texans offense. Davis Mills having one of the best games of his career. The Texans would like a repeat performance of that here in 2022. And Roy told us how he thinks it's going to go down.
Thank you so much, fellas. We got Roy Lopez, defensive lineman for the Houston Texans here. Good to see you as always. Texans taking on the Chargers, and we've heard, hey, got to finish better, from Lovie Smith to the assistants to you guys as the player. What does that mean for you? How do you have to finish better, Roy?
Right. It comes down to the details and doing your job and making sure that you do it for 60 minutes, all 4 quarters, if not a little more. So it's going to take all of us, every single snap. Every play matters. So that's something that we've reflected on and we hope to grow on, and we look to grow on, and we will grow on. It's going to take all 4 quarters, if not another one. So we're excited to get it done. So
impressive stuff. Let's talk about the opponent you'll face. They've got 2 rookies that'll be starting on this offensive line, which is a pretty darn good offensive line before you take those guys, those veterans out. But what do you make of that front that Los Angeles brings to town?
Right. You know, they play physical. They're smart. They understand that they got a superstar quarterback, and they have to get the job done. They got to protect them. So I think they take pride in that, and you know, they play as one. You know, so that's something that we got to do as a D-line also. Is we got to play as one to get the job done because we get paid to get after him. So
he one of the best quarterbacks you've ever seen?
100%. You know, you watch some of the throws he makes, and you turn into appreciating the game.
Hey, after 2 weeks on the road, how special is it for you as a defensive player getting back home in front of a loud crowd when you guys are out on the field in key situations? How vital is that? How valuable is that for you guys as a defense?
Yeah, it's huge. You know, third quarter of the Colts game, even fourth quarter, early fourth quarter, the crowd was crazy, you know, and it was nuts the whole game. You know, just unfortunately we weren't able to pull that out and ended up being a tie, but the energy in that stadium was nothing like I experienced last year, you know, and it was awesome to see the growth of just the team, the organization, the city of just coming around us, and it makes a huge difference, you know, just being able to confidence that you play with and the noise you hear, you know, messes with the offense. They got a few false starts that game, and it all just bounces off of each other, you know, so when they say, you know, we need our fans, it's the truth, you know, we really do at this level.
Great to hear, Roy. Good luck on Sunday. Can't wait to talk to you again. We really appreciate the time.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Can't wait to see it. Chargers and Texans, last home game for about a month, because then the Texans go on the road. They have a bye, then they're on the road again. So anyway, if you want to see your Texans, you can still get tickets to this matchup. Go to HoustonTexans.com/tickets. That's going to do it for Texans 360. Special thanks to Tyler Marcotte, Jonathan Johnson, and all of you out there for watching. Stay safe and go Texans.
Thanks for watching, and go Texans! Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for new content.